I have clinical depression. These are the pills I take every morning. And it sucks. It sucks. Depression and anxiety suck. There are days where I don't want to get up out of bed, where I have no motivation, and where sometimes the easiest task, like emailing something or doing the dishes, becomes almost impossible. There are moments where I lock up and I can't do something. And it is horrible. Absolutely horrible. And this whole quarantine thing does not make it any easier. In fact, this past week has been probably the worst one so far. My depression was at an all-time high. I struggled to get out of bed. And I just wasn't as motivated and productive as I can be. And it just turns into this spiral where I feel guilty because I'm not doing the things that I know that I need to do, but because of that guilt and because of everything else, it makes it so that I can't do those things. And I lock up and I just sit there and panic because I can't do it. I've struggled with this stuff for a long time. And I've tried to be as open with my friends and my family and some of my coworkers as much as I can, because these things need to be talked about. Mental health is really important. And there is this horrible stigma in today's world that if you have depression, if you have anxiety, if you are bipolar, if you have schizophrenia, if you have anything that qualifies as a mental illness, that somehow you are not worth it, or somehow you are less than human. And that is completely false. There is nothing wrong with having a mental illness. It's not your choice. None of us chose for these things to happen. Sometimes when people find out that I have depression or that I struggle with anxiety, they give me the reaction, but you're so happy. You do all these things. You're not depressed. You're not depressed. You're not depressed. You're not depressed. Depression is completely individual. There isn't one type of person that struggles with depression or anxiety. Just because I experience happiness and do things and lift or whatever doesn't mean that I don't struggle with thoughts, with feelings, and that I don't get paralyzed and can't do normal things sometimes. Mental health doesn't have a one-size-fits-all thing. It's scary because people don't understand it. People don't understand bipolar disorder. People don't understand schizophrenia. People don't understand depression or anxiety. But it's not something that we should stigmatize people for. People start labeling individuals that have these mental illnesses as crazy or different or weird. People get ostracized because they're struggling with something. There are tons of people that are suffering in silence. There are tons of people that are actively pleading and asking for help that aren't getting it. We need to have more conversations about mental health. We need to tell people that it's okay to not be okay sometimes. We need to do better at processing our emotions and our fears and our worries. This whole isolation and quarantine thing it sucks. For someone like myself, the lack of human contact it's horrible. I mean, my whole job is to work with people and connect with other human beings. And I wake up every day and I feel like I'm trapped in my apartment. And it's rough. And the days blend together. And it's harder and harder every day to wake up sometimes. But we have to have these conversations. No one should suffer in silence. May is Mental Health Month. Let's have some of these difficult conversations. Let's show people that we care about them. Show people that we love them. Show people that they mean something. Because sometimes when you're trapped in this world of isolation and darkness and fear and anxiety, it's hard. And you don't feel like you are worth anything. I'm here to tell you that despite how much it sucks, that you are worth so much more, that you are capable, that you can do these things, and that you can survive this stuff. There's nothing wrong with being depressed, with having anxiety, struggling with bipolar disorder, or struggling with schizophrenia. There's nothing wrong with you. You did nothing wrong. But let's be better as a community to recognize signs of people struggling, signs that people might need help, that people might need someone to talk to. Because you never know the impact that one small act of kindness can have on somebody. Even though May is Mental Health Awareness Month, this isn't just something that we should do this month. This isn't something that we should just do because we're in quarantine. This is something that we need to do all the time. These are conversations that we shouldn't be afraid to have. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to get help. It doesn't mean that you're weak. In fact, it takes a really strong person to ask for help. Please know that you are loved, that you are worth it, that you mean something. And if you need someone to talk to, I'm here. There's no use suffering in silence. And these things don't define us.